Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers and members. What we do here, if you are new, is we react to the most disturbing and creepy videos from the internet, and we go through the latest. If you like what you see, don't forget to sub up, turn on the notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. With that being said, let's roll.
Video is for entertainment purposes only.
I cannot believe this. This is really wicked what I'm going to show y'all. It's all making sense on why she starred in that movie Wicked as a witch. I'm starting to believe she won in real life, y'all. I know everybody's seen the interviews with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo when they would talk about doing this movie and was saying, oh, I feel so comfortable doing this because this is not just a movie. This is like real life. And I sat there and I'm like, what the hell she mean by that? And now I know, y'all. Miss Grande was on that show, The Hot Ones, where she accidentally showed her powers, y'all. I know y'all like, powers? Yes, fool. She showed she got powers. She went to go place a chicken down where that joint did a kickflip and flipped upside down on some crazy shit. Y'all look at it. Don't watch her, watch the wing.
I'm dabbing it off.
Look at this, y'all.
Okay, but it does have... Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's alright.
I couldn't do that again if I tried.
I know y'all seen that. If you didn't see it, hold up. I'ma slow it down. This shit crazy, fool.
My whole teeth.
Watch it.
I'm like, I'm dabbing it
Look
off.
at this shit, y'all.
Okay, but it does have... Oh my god, I'm sorry.
What?
Yes, there's definitely something strange going on there. You know what I mean? I think the whole thing, there's something strange going on. You know, like in the neighborhood. The problem is we've got nobody to call. Yeah.
Yo, what in the world is going on? Let me preface this whole video by saying this is just for fun. I have no idea. It's just speculation. Again, no facts here. Except, y'all remember that big earthquake that just happened in California? A whole lot of sources and a whole lot of people are picking up a whole lot of radiation over there. But why? The gamma radiation is triple the level of anywhere else. And this came right from the EPA, and multiple people were reporting on it from multiple different sources. The current, as it's being reported, is a high of 600. I think normal range is like 100. And y'all know the drill, it does get weirder because I look at a lot of dots. First, a certain Elizabeth says, I don't know, but Sacramento is hazy AF. I have a massive headache. Probably not related. Someone else said the EPA was offline. It's back up now. But you ready for the craziest part? This was a literal flight pattern that just happened last week. And yeah, sure, it's unrelated, and I don't think anything weird's going on, but what I'm saying is you can never escape the frequencies. And what I'm saying is everything is literally connected in this earth. Numbers, words, letters, signs. How do you think numerology works? Again, nothing factual here except the report. All for fun. Nothing serious, nothing nefarious. Goodbye.
What in the frequency is going on? It is all frequencies, vibrations. That is what I've come down to. Apparently, we are all vibrating. Like, very quick. I don't know if that's happening. Like, that looks really weird, actually, in the camera. My hands like vibrating. Like, that is what we're doing, but a very minuscule thing. I sound very scientific. I'm not. But yeah, apparently we do all vibrate. So I don't know. Like, if we could use the other 95% of our brains, which have been shut off, then who knows what we could do with the vibrations? You know what I mean?
This video shows us the before and after of the Detroit town that was flooded and then frozen overnight. So for those of you that don't know, apparently a water main had busted and flooded this entire neighborhood in Detroit. I know nothing about busted water mains, but this looks like a little bit more than a busted water main. Again, I could be wrong. Because they have an entire ocean in their neighborhood. This is crazy. But not crazier than the entire neighborhood freezing over overnight, and all of their cars are frozen into the frozen lake that is now their neighborhood. You can hear all the car alarms going off. It's something out of the Twilight Zone, if you ask me. It's completely nuts. This has to be something that happens once in a lifetime. And I'm assuming most of those cars are completely damaged. I could be wrong. I don't know how an engine handles water freeze overnight. But most of the homes are elevated, which is a good thing. So hopefully it didn't get into their home. But anything in the basement, the water heater, whatever, is probably damaged. So if you live in Detroit and experience this, let me know in the comments.
In the middle of there, he said this is a once in a lifetime thing that's happened. But how many once in a lifetime things have happened in 2024 and going into 2025? It is extreme. Like always, constantly. It's like the new world. It's just a disaster every other day. Literally every other day, there is a disaster of some type. It's like they are, the fear mongering is at another level. It's got to be something to it. It's just, I don't know what, but there has got to be something to it. Anybody else get like a Truman Show vibe there? I mean, the FBI guy was acting very sketchy. Not sure what, if he's just picked up a jacket, started running off. And then, the light bulb that smashes on the floor type thing. Like there's something there which shouldn't be there. And we're all very confused.
This is from New Jersey last night. If this glowing heavenly Merkaba in the sky doesn't inspire awe within you, I don't know. Do you have a pulse? Heavenly glowing rainbow. In Hebrew, Mer means light. Ka means spirit. Ba means body, so Merkaba. The union of light, spirit, and body. The interlocking tetrahedrons represent balance between masculine and feminine. This has been described for centuries in all of the holy texts, and now we're seeing it with our own eyes. Described as a vehicle for ascension and higher consciousness, don't you feel things shifting? In my own life, I've been experiencing so much spiritual growth. When I see this, I feel so much hope and excitement about what is yet to come. What do you feel?
I knew I've seen one of them before. Like basically, there's these toys, right, where you have a telescope. They're kids' toys, and then you twist them, and it gives you all them patterns, and it looks like that. It does look like that, like plasma, some type of very strange plasma for sure.
This is insane. This kid right here got the first ever non-blurry alien footage. I'm telling you, this is some crap, but first, the news is at it again. They are airing a football type UFO thing on the news. You know what it means when they're reporting on something, right? Everyone's trying to say it's Project BB, right? Well, the news says that as well. So obviously they want you to think they're holograms. Wonder why? We'll get right back to the guy's footage in a second. And we'll also go over what I believe they are.
It's not weird, but I just had something pass underneath my wing, maybe.
It's just amazing that it's happening at the time of the Dior bags, which are still in the sky, just no one talks about them no more. Now what you really want to see.
So we alien, and I recorded it on my TV with a tripod because I recorded on that camera, and I can't get off the disc.
This is just the first clip, but wait till you see the second clip when it's out in the open and super tall.
Can you come out of the grass? No.
Notice how it ran away when he was talking to it. It's right here. He's about to zoom in so you can see it better. And it matches the description of everyone who's been abducted.
Crap. What do you want?
Pretty bizarre stuff.
Well, I've just had a thought. Like, we can clone and stuff now. We can like build. Okay, let's say we can build robots. We've seen that. We know we can build robots that look like humans or move. Pretty good. Like, so we can build probably aliens, right? But they would just have a skin that would be able to, potentially travel in like, very fast vehicles because our skin wouldn't, we'd go to mush. So maybe it is some form of, artificial intelligence. I don't know, but that is pretty crazy.
All right, here they are.
All over there. Aren't you? You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know. Look at the background fast. Up there too. Yep, we know who you are. I put these videos together. I got tracking too on whatever that was. Send that by again. What? There's more coming. What is going on here? Are you guys landing? Look. What is this? I don't know. I don't know, folks. I don't know what's going on. I know they're all right here now. So we're just looking at the background, I'm assuming. Unless something else is gonna fly over. There's more showing up. Oh, there you are. So there's now the rig overhead. Now they're circling overhead. Bring it on. Very pretty. Look at all those little stop signs. You're over here too. They're not getting that far this time. Here's another one. There, I turn around. We'll get over here. Beautiful. Actually, it's beautiful. Watch it. It's so pretty. The background's so pretty right now. Alien Brooks flying over underneath the mothership. Communication. We're communicating. Look. Okay? They're not here for the water or nuclear energy or anything like that. They're here for us.
Whoa, I don't know if he was using sort of code words in there, but it was the background that, for me, just looked unreal. It was crazy to look at, and it was 5 minutes video, but it was an interesting one.
This has got to be the most unbelievable archaeological find ever made, and to this day there are still no records of who built this or how. It was found near a village along the Q River of eastern China, a quaint little farming town with beautiful rolling hills. One of the mountains in the region was home to a series of very interesting rectangular shaped ponds that were unlike any other in the country. For as long as anyone in the village could remember, these ponds supplied them with water for ages. Generations upon generations would use the ponds as a fresh water supply, and they would never run dry or even recede over time. They almost seemed to be a source of infinite water. They became known as the bottomless ponds, and villagers even attempted on many occasions to measure how deep they are, using the longest bamboo poles they could find, yet they could never ever touch the bottom. Then in the summer of 1992, a local villager was fishing in one of the ponds when he caught a massive 30-pounder, which was way bigger than what anyone else had ever caught in these ponds. Intrigued by this discovery, the villager made it his mission to get to the bottom of this mystery. So he convinced 3 other villagers to help him drain one of the ponds entirely, which was an ambitious project by any means. They get a hold of a basic manual water pump and get to work continuously pumping the water out of one of the ponds day and night in shifts. After 5 days of non-stop pumping, the water level had only dropped a couple feet, but they made their first earth-shattering discovery. Just below the surface of the water, on the far side of the pond, they see a set of stairs going down into the bottom of the pond. This was clearly huge. Excited, they got 4 more water pumps and rallied a few more villagers to help their cause and continued pumping non-stop for 17 more days. And they did it. They drained the entire pond, and what they found shocked not only the village, but the entire world as well. They were looking directly into an ancient man-made subterranean complex that completely defied their entire understanding of history. These are the Long Yu Caves, crafted with perfectly flat floors, enormous rooms, grand pillars, and even intricate art carved into its walls. The entire excavation revealed 24 caves in a massive underground network, 14 of which were collapsed, but the 10 that stood were just unexplainable, indicating a level of sophisticated precision in making these caves that totally rewrote conventional ancient Chinese history as they knew it. The walls had finely carved patterns, a level of detail typically achieved by only the most advanced artisans, and were even found on the ceilings, which would have been even harder to pull off, which in some areas would stand up to 10 stories tall, with a total area spanning 11,000 square feet across all of the caves, with no evidence of soot or burn marks anywhere on the walls or ceilings, implying they either did all of this in complete darkness or using some lighting method we're not aware of. Not to mention, some of these caves didn't even connect with each other, yet were perfectly chiseled with walls less than 50 centimeters thick separating them. This level of precision is borderline impossible for its time. Once again, an ancient structure so impressive that it almost seems like they had some form of advanced technology that was either lost or suppressed over time. If it even was possible with the technology available at the time, it's estimated a project like this would have taken centuries to finish. Current estimates put it at around 2,000 years old, yet there are no records of these caves anywhere in ancient Chinese history. Just like the Egyptians, the ancient Chinese were meticulous record keepers of everything they did, yet not a single account of this engineering marvel of a complex found anywhere among them. Seems to be a trend among ancient cultures to make epic shit and just never write about them for some reason. There isn't even any evidence of the people who could have built these caves. On top of that, this complex would have required the removal of millions of tons of stone, which is nowhere to be found. Such a monumental quantity of rock would have left a huge impact on the surrounding landscape, yet the region around the cave has nothing. But overall, China is no stranger to caves like these. 100 miles north, we see the Huashan Grottos, another network of 36 caves with a similar sophistication as Long Yu. Despite being a project that would have also taken centuries to complete, there are also no records of who built them, how they were built, or for what purpose. They're just there. And just as mysteriously, the millions of tons of rock removed from the subterranean network are nowhere to be found. Maybe they were transported and used in other projects, like the mythical Great White Pyramid they so closely guard. Same with the Guyaju Caves, China's largest cliff-dwelling complex composed of 117 caves. Discovered in 1984, sprawling over 25 acres, more than 1 million square feet. These are made out of granite, which we know is very hard and very difficult to carve, so we can't even begin to imagine how they did any of this. All of these caves lack significant datable archaeological evidence, and have very few, if any, historical records of their construction. Isn't it kinda weird that a civilization known for its meticulous record keeping has no surviving records of arguably its most impressive feats? We really have no idea how old any of these are. Common estimates putting them around 2,000 years old, but we really have no way of accurately dating rocks. And it doesn't end with caves. Ancient China is home to some of the most amazing understudied monuments in the world, like the impressive Haijin City Fortress, carved directly into the side of a mountain gorge. An absolute marvel of ancient engineering with an intricate network of tunnels and dwellings inside, all heavily eroded from time. And of course, the centerpiece massive 30-foot entrance carved into the canyon wall, which would have clearly been difficult to make. This fortress once again has very little historic records to show where it came from. The theory proposed by historians was that local farmers of the region with no knowledge of stonework constructed this fortress to protect themselves against bandits. Yeah, and others will probably try to convince you it was naturally formed. I mean, if this isn't clear evidence of some lost civilization, I don't know what is. Well, what if it isn't a lost civilization because they actually found it? In 1986, construction workers near the city of Guanghan accidentally discovered 2 pits filled with thousands of artifacts that belong to a civilization that we have absolutely no record of other than these relics, totaling around 13,000 artifacts of gold and bronze statues, figurines, masks, some even made out of jade, others up to 5 feet wide and 9 feet tall, which became known as the Sanshendui people, who featured distinct large eyes and big ears that kinda Okay, no, I'm not going there. Strangely though, these aren't similar to any other ancient Chinese culture that came after or before them, and many of these artifacts were burned and heavily damaged when they found them, almost like they've been intentionally hidden and buried, or perhaps scorched by a global cataclysm. The Sanshandui artifacts have been officially dated to as far back as 5,000 years old. That's as old as the Sumerians and the earliest Old Kingdom Egyptian empires that ever existed. Did this society exist far before our known timeline, build all of these incredible complexes, and for whatever reason get erased from history? The dawn of civilization from an unknown society found in China? Man, this shit really just keeps on getting older.
Well, that is the end of the Bonkers show. It is crazy world we live in, crazy video we've done, crazy clips. But yeah, we'll do the same again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll try and get it on time tomorrow for you peeps, 8 o'clock.